everyone, this is the Bausit podcast where we share the stories of all the amazing Bausit alumni and more. And today we have Ariana. Ariana is the 2023 Future Blue of Council member, as I am, and we've met there actually. And she's an international student from Peru studying at the Gettysburg College. She's double majoring in biology and business, and she aspires to work in the area of biomedical and medical devices sales. And today she's going to share her story about talking about environmental activism, creative arts, and just her journey as a college student, which I think is a relatable story for a lot of people. And yeah, let's just start. I think we can start with the icebreaking question. So, Ariana, what is one book, podcast, or media piece that lives in your mind rent-free?
Okay, first of all, hi everyone, and thanks Malika for the invitation. I'm so excited to be here today. So, one media is more like a quote. I'm a huge fan of Marie Curie, the scientist.
Oh, yeah.
So, I remember when I was in high school and I was still like thinking about what I wanted to major in. She really inspired me to follow a career in STEM. And there's a quote she says specifically that is like, nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood.
Hmm.
And I really like it because I really like relate to her. She moved from Poland to Paris to go to college,
Yeah.
just like I moved from Peru to the US for college. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
exactly.
really love that quote.
I love this quote. Oh yeah, I feel like it's so relatable and it describes your journey as well. So yeah, feels nice. Okay, and the next question would be, what is your favorite water animal and why? And can you relate to this animal?
Okay, I would say sharks
Mm,
because people usually think they're like dangerous or like scary animals. But they actually play a huge role in keeping the ocean protected and balanced. They control other species, they protect coral reefs, for example.
yeah.
So at the end of the day, we are like a much bigger threat to sharks than they are to us. And I remember when I was in the council, actually, I wrote a blog about it. I think it was called like Sharks More Than a Scary Animal or something like that.
Mm.
So if someone wants to read it, I strongly recommend it.
I think I read it actually. I remember this blog. Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I recommend it to everyone as well. Okay, and in one word, what is one thing that makes you happy right now?
One word. I think that would be probably traveling.
Traveling.
I'm studying abroad this semester in Seville, Spain.
Mm.
So I have the opportunity to travel a lot here. And I think it's really nice. You don't only learn about other cultures, but you also learn more about yourself. Like I'm traveling with different friends, not with my parents anymore. So I feel like I'm becoming an adult.
Yeah.
And it's not just like traveling and take pictures. It's also like organizing the trips, making sure you don't miss a flight, making sure you don't miss a bus, surviving on 3 hours of sleep. But I think it's a very nice and amazing experience.
For sure. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like traveling really changes you as a person. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then let's start with the main questions. And I feel like some stuff that might interest all our audience members. And we will start with the question, what is it like to study in the United States? So what made you study here and was it hard? Is it harder now? What is your like experience?
It was definitely a huge change compared to Peru.
Yeah.
Um, Moving to the US when I was like 17 years old for college, it was a new experience, but I love it. Like, it's different, especially because, for example, something I've noticed is that here in Spain, I'm studying this semester, we just go to like the university and then we leave. Like, we study and then we leave.
Yep.
While in the US, you live on campus, so you actually get involved in like extracurricular activities, sports, clubs. I was in the soccer team for a little bit, and we would train like at 6 a.m. every day besides classes. I also work on campus, so you get to like know other students, faculty members, employees. So I think it's very different, but that's what I really like about it, and that's why I chose to study in the US to get involved in
Yeah.
different activities, not just studying.
Wow. You seem like a person who does so many things. Is there a tip on like time management that you have for us?
I'm terrible at it. I don't know how I do it, to be honest. I think you just get used to it eventually.
Hmm.
Like you, at first it's hard when you're a freshman, it's hard,
Yeah.
but then you meet other people who also do it, so they kind of motivate you. I feel like your friends are always like are there for you, and they like you can also learn from them. So I
Oh,
would say yes, you
yeah.
learn by yourself.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And you study biology and business, and what made you choose this like interesting kind of intersection of subject?
That's something I really like in the US, that you can study more than one major at the
Mhm.
same time.
Yeah.
So at first, I wanted to major in chemistry, I remember,
Yeah.
but then I realized I like the biology more.
Mhm.
And I also like the business area because I like to speak to other people, I want to work on sales. So I like to like have this interaction with other people. So I was like, you know what? Why should I only do a STEM if I can also do business? So I was like, let's do both. And yeah, it's weird because I take a biochemistry class, then I leave the classroom, and then I go to a marketing class.
Mhm.
But I think it's really nice, and I get to experience the best of both worlds. So I strongly recommend it to other people to do more than one major if you can.
Wow. Yeah, I've never heard people major in biology and business, but it seems like a very nice area. And especially now in this like changing world, I feel like the more you study, like the more subjects you take, the more chances you have like in your career and just projects. Yeah. And you talked about having extracurricular projects while being in college. Can you talk about that? What are they? And yeah, how were you able to integrate art into them if you were able to do that?
Yeah, so I work at my school. We have a department that is called the Center for Public Service. So it's basically the volunteering department we have in school. And I'm like the manager of a farm we have on campus, which is like an organic farm.
Mhm.
So I think it's very interesting because what we do is we have a garden on campus and we split it in two. One part is like for us, for the students, for the college, and then the other part we basically donated to local families from the community so they can grow their own vegetables and take them home and save money on food. Um, and during the fall, with our part, we harvest these vegetables, specifically every month, every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Um, and then we sell these vegetables to faculty members who give us money to get these vegetables. And then with this money, we donate it to the local families to keep growing their vegetables. So I
Oh.
think it's pretty nice. We also have like students who help us with these activities. And like for this department, I did a project where I used the arts. And it was a project where I worked with like elementary school students from bilingual schools, English and Spanish. So my bilingual skills help a lot here.
Yeah.
And we made like recycle. I don't know if you've heard of chia pets, which are like these little thingies you water and they grow like grass.
Okay.
Okay, so with recycled material, we made these chia pets, and then we sold these chia pets at a farmer's market. And what I did is I donated all the money to Kids with Cancer, to an
Hmm.
organization for kids with cancer.
Yeah.
So it was a good way to like teach elementary school kids about the environment, about the arts, about cancer, and at the same time supporting people with cancer. So
Ah,
we raised near close to $1,000.
wow.
So I think it was a really nice activity. I'm proud of.
Of course, you should be proud of it. It sounds like an incredible project, and yeah, just doing like such good things for other people. I feel like it's so inspiring to hear. Yeah, and also how you were able to integrate art into that was also amazing. And teaching, I feel like the elementary school students is also very important because the earlier you learn about those things, I feel like the more involved you become. Yeah, and this brings me to the next question about having experiences in environmental activism pretty early in our lives, which I think we were able to become environmental activists pretty early with the help of the Future Blue Youth Council, which we were a part of. And how would you say being a council member helped you to kind of in your college career and just in being an environmental leader?
Wow. Definitely, the Future Blue Youth Council helped me a lot because I graduated high school when I was like 16, pretty young. So
Hmm.
I took a gap year to apply to colleges in the US. And during that gap year is when I was part of the Future Blue.
Yeah.
So it was like, I remember the first meeting we had, I was super nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna talk to people from different parts of the world, everything in English, which is not my first language. My first language is Spanish. So I was super nervous, but the meeting was so good. Everyone was so nice and especially so interested in learning about you, hearing about the environmental issues you were passionate about, that it really gave me this confidence to speak and to like advocate for what I believe in. So when I went to college, it wasn't new for me speaking to people from all over the world because the Future Blue Youth Council definitely gave me these skills to to do it.
For sure. I agree 100%. I also feel like talking to people from all over the world helped me kind of realize that there's nothing to be scared of, and everyone is just as interested and interesting as you are. Yeah. And is there a favorite memory from the Future Belief Council that you have?
Uh, I would say maybe the trivias
Yeah.
because it was so fun. Like besides speaking to like the speakers, we would also play trivias. And it was a really cool way to like actually become friends with the other members of the council, even though we never met in person. We
Hmm.
should have met Malika. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for not going to Vienna. But I feel like the trivias really helped to like
Hmm.
create this sense of belonging and like team.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I also really liked the how each member had the opportunity to do like a 10-minute speech about their countries. Like
Oh
each for each
yeah.
meeting, every meeting. Yeah, that was also nice. Yeah. Is there an advice that you would give to youth around the globe who want to become creative change makers?
I think the biggest thing is just to start, even if you don't really feel ready. Because I feel like a lot of people wait until they feel like super qualified or confident, but you really figure things out by doing it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, and if you want to like choose a creative medium on like where to start, I would say just don't overthink it. Just pick something you really enjoy or feel comfortable with, whether it's, I don't know, social media, art, organizing events, or just working directly with people. The medium doesn't really matter as much as the message and how consistent you are with it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I feel like also being involved in Bausi projects is just like the first step for everyone. Yeah. And
Totally agree.
yeah, and then what would you say, like, what would you recommend to all people who are trying to choose their creative medium and just kind of what I feel like you would give, what advice you would give to yourself, to your younger self who was kind of trying to choose this creative medium?
Like I said, I would say just pick something you feel comfortable with. Don't
Mhm.
don't never overthink it. Just go for it. And especially don't be afraid of hearing the word no, because you're
Mhm.
gonna hear it a lot. You're gonna get rejected so many times. I applied to Ivy Leagues for college and I didn't get in, but I
Same.
didn't give up. I kept doing it. So just keep trying, and I feel like everything happens for a reason, and you will end where you're destined to be. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that, and I feel like that's a nice, like, kind of mantra and a way to kind of end this amazing podcast series. Yeah, it was very nice to talk to you, Ariana. And is there anything else you would like to share or add, or just
Uh, not really. I would say just to everyone who's listening or watching this podcast, thank you for being here. Um, yeah, I would say, like I said, do never give up. Just keep trying and get used to hearing the word no, but never stop trying.
yeah, these are some perfect this is perfect advice for all the people listening. And thank you, Ariana, once again. It was a very inspiring episode. I feel like we talked about so many things, and you shared your story as an international student, which is such a, I feel like, a challenging but also a very inspiring journey. And yeah, thanks so much again, and goodbye.
Thank you, Malika. Bye.